Viet Nam, Singapore upgrade bilateral ties for deeper cooperation and development.
Russian president visits Kursk province. Issues urgent order.
VSIP, key infrastructure investor in Nghệ An's industrial parks.
You're watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Ha Zhang, your host. During his official visit to Singapore, General Party Secretary To Lam and Prime Minister Secretary General of Singapore's People's Action Party, Lawrence Wong, announced the upgrade of bilateral ties to a comprehensive strategic partnership. This is a historic turning point, opening a new chapter in the relationship between the two countries.
Singapore is currently Vietnam's second-largest investment partner, with a cumulative investment exceeding 80 billion United States dollars. In 2024, trade volume is expected to surpass 9 billion United States dollars. Both sides also noted positive progress in defense security, education training, science technology, tourism, labor and people-to-people exchanges. On the basis of significant achievements since the establishment of diplomatic relations in 1973, both sides agreed to upgrade their relationship to a comprehensive strategic partnership, aiming to strengthen cooperation in various fields. Prime Minister Lawrence Wong emphasized that this is Singapore's first comprehensive strategic partnership with an ASEAN country, which is a beneficial step for both nations amidst the current global and regional context.
Russian President Putin made his first visit to the border province of Kursk since Ukraine's surprise incursion on the region last August. The Kremlin leader issued an urgent order for Russian forces to quickly push Ukrainian troops out of the area.
During his visit to Kursk, Putin held a meeting with Russian military commanders and stressed that Russian forces must defeat Ukrainian forces in Kursk as soon as possible. According to reports from Russia's Chief of Staff Gerasimov, over 1.100 square kilometers, or more than 86% of the area in Kursk previously controlled by Ukraine, has been retaken by Russian force. Ukraine has lost over 67,000 troops since fighting began, including foreign mercenaries. Ukrainian soldiers in the area have largely been surrounded and isolated. Putin's visit came just hours after reports of Russia's recapture of Sudza, the largest town in Kursk previously held by Ukraine.
U.S. President Donald Trump has threatened to devastate Russia's economy if President Vladimir Putin rejects a proposal for a 30-day ceasefire with Ukraine.
That stops a bullet is a human body.
Trump's statement came as the United States is pressuring Russia to respond to the ceasefire proposal. Following 8 hours of U.S.-Ukraine negotiations in Saudi Arabia, U.S. officials have discussed the plan with Russian counterparts over the phone, and U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff is set to visit Moscow later this week to present the ceasefire proposal in detail. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky expressed support for Trump's peace efforts, hoping for an agreement as soon as possible. Meanwhile, the Kremlin said it would review Washington's details before responding. Russian Senate Deputy Chairman Konstantin Kosachev earlier affirmed that all terms of the ceasefire would be decided by Russia, not the United States.
Coming up next are some updated news.
In a report released on March 12, the World Bank, WB, forecasts Vietnam's economic growth to reach 6.8% in 2025 and 6.5% in 2026. The WB stated that the recovery of exports, particularly due to global demand for technology products, will drive growth in 2025. However, the high openness degree of Vietnam's economy and uncertain factors like slower global growth, especially in major markets such as the US, EU, and China, could negatively affect Vietnam's export and economic growth.
The People's Committee of Nghệ An Province has approved the Urban Development Program until 2030. With a vision to 2050, The program sets the goal of accelerating urbanization and developing sustainable cities. Accordingly, by 2030, the province aims to have 45 urban areas, with Vinh city projected to become a Grade 1 urban area and a key growth center. The total capital required for urban development in the province by 2030 is estimated at over 97 trillion Vietnamese dongs.
The 2025 International Conference on Artificial Intelligence and Semiconductors, AISC, organized by Itomactic, USA, and the National Innovation Center under the Ministry of Finance, has been kicked off in Hanoi. The conference gathers over 1,000 leaders and experts, including major brands like Google, Nvidia, IBM, Meta, Intel, TSMC and Samsung. The three-day event is a key international event focusing on the integration of AI and semiconductors, offering opportunities for accessing the latest information and fostering cross-border business connections, reaffirming Vietnam's role in the global semiconductor and AI value chain.
Nghe An is becoming an attractive and reliable destination for foreign investors, including major investors from Singapore like VSIP, the first infrastructure investor in the province. Over the past 10 years, Nghệ An has closely cooperated with VSIP Group to build an effective partnership.
VSIP Group first invested in Nghệ An in 2015. With the VSIP Nghệ An Industrial, Urban and Service Project, also called VSIP Nghệ An 1, covering 750 hectares in Hung Nguyen District, with total investment of $359 million United States dollars. So far, VSIP 1 has attracted 53 secondary projects, including 33 FDI projects with a total investment of $2 billion United States dollars. A major project is from Luxshare ICT Group, which invested in 6 factories with total capital exceeding $1.2 billion.
In 5 years of development in Nghệ An, we've received great support from the provincial leaders and VSIP, allowing us to expand numerous projects here. We are striving to make Luxshare Nghệ An the most diverse and complete production facility outside of China.
The Tho Loc Industrial Park Project, Phase 1 under the VSIP Nghệ An 2 in Dien Chau District was granted an investment certificate in February 2023, covering 500 hectares with a total investment of nearly $165 million United States dollars. The project has completed 88% of land clearance and attracted an FDI project from Best Pacific International with $590 million United States dollars in investment. After the success of VSIP 1 and VSIP 2, the VSIP Nghệ An 3 project has been granted investment approval in Singapore recently and is expected to be built in the third quarter this year and completed between the third quarter of 2026 and the first quarter of 2030.
Relevant authorities are giving us full support in land resettlement and registrations of IRC. We are very optimistic that we are receiving strong interest from the investors and the manufacturers in various industries.
In 2024, VSIP Nghệ An was among the top 10 contributors to the provincial budget, with over 1,260 billion Vietnamese dongs. Currently, VSIP's industrial parks in Nghệ An employ around 23,000 workers and are expected to create over 30,000 new jobs this year.
The last news has ended our bulletin today. Thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.